Hey guys, Johnny the King here, and today I'd like to bring you my PvP SORC build. Now this is a high spell damage, low sustain build, but if used correctly can be very dangerous. Let's jump straight into the gear. I'm running 2-piece Moloch Kenner, 1 heavy, 1 medium, with 5 Alchemist, all light. So this is a 5-1-1 build for the Undaunted passives. I am running infused on my 2 large pieces for the extra stats with triglyphs. These other pieces will be recrafted to be well fitted, and I'll be grinding the well fitted shoulder, Moloch Kenner shoulder. I think well fitted is very strong at the moment, and the survivability I get from it's very, very good. I'm also running 3-piece willpower, all enchanted with spell damage. That's actually my wrong necklace, but yes, normally all enchanted with spell damage. Actually, let's just quickly look right here for my... There we are, spell damage. So 3 willpower, all enchanted with spell damage. 2 arcane, 1 robust. My swords are running 2 VD swords for the 2-piece spell damage bonus, and then this staff can be whatever you like. Ideally you want to run a lightning staff, being a SORC with the lightning bonuses. Also have had a lot of good results using an ice staff with that CC. That's the gear, guys. Let's have a quick look at the stats. Now we're running 33,000 magic, only running around 800 magic recovery. Now this is really low, but I'll show you how we manage these. And then we're running just over 25k health and nearly 17k stam. So we've got a nice stam pool. Allows us to CC break a fair bit and dodge roll a lot, where our survivability comes from. Anyone knows in this game, basically the biggest and most easiest way you die is by being CC'd and not having stam to break it. So I think it's really important to have a decent stam pool on a magic build, unless you're purely going for a gank build. And then obviously you would be running, 36k, 37k magic and a very low stam pool. And we're running just under 3k spell damage, and this, guys, is going to go up a lot when we buff up. This is going to go up to 5k spell damage. That's right, 5k. It's pretty crazy, eh? So you can see already the amount of damage this build can do. And our resistances are reasonably low, but we get our tankiness from our shield stacking. So my attributes 64 into magic, and I am running the Mage Munderstone increased max magic with tri-stat food. Now my skills I'm using is Damper Magic, Streak, Degic Prey. Now this should be the other morph, but I was playing around with a pet build. Mage's Wrath, which is our finisher, and then we have Crystal Frags as our hard-hitting single target ability, with Overload as our ultimate. Now I'll show you what I have in my overload bar in a second. On my back bar I'm running Proxy. I do swap this in and out for a lot of different abilities. I find SORCs are one of the hardest classes to fix bars for. I tend to swap in and swap out a lot of abilities. And then Hardened Ward. Now you might wonder why I have a shield on each bar instead of just having both my shields on one bar. You can actually animation cancel your shields by bar swapping. So basically what I'll do is hit Damper Magic bar swap, which animation cancels that. Then I'll hit Hardened Ward and bar swap back to my front bar, which will animation cancel Hardened Ward. It's really effective, and once you get it down packed, you're really, really tanky and really, really strong. Dejic Tomb, now this can be the other morph, but I do like the instant cast. But they're both very effective, and I do play with the other morph time to time, so that's up to you guys if you want the instant cast or the time cast. Now the next ability I have is Elemental Drain. Now this is one way we manage our low magic recovery. Now you cast this on your enemy and you get 397 magic back for any elemental effect. So our Crushing Shock is going to restore magic, and some of our other abilities are going to restore magic. So that's one way we get magic back in this build. And then we have Crushing Shock. Now this is our bread and butter sustained DPS. This is basically how we keep the sustained pressure on them with this. And then we have Negate. Now Negate, you can take either morph of this depending on your playstyle. If you want to be more aggressive, you're going to take the damage over time effect, and if you want to play more defensively, you can take the healing over time one, which is Absorption Field. Honestly, I can't tell you which one's better, because I don't think there is one better than the other. That's just a personal choice in regards to that. Then let me quickly show you my overload bar. On my overload bar, I'm running Mage Light, just for those sneaky little Nightblades that want to cloak away all the time. You can hit them with Mage Light and then prevents them going into stealth. Then we have Dark Conversion. This isn't morphed yet, so this becomes a lot stronger, but this is one other way we get our magic back, and it is also a very good heal too. And this is another reason why a reasonably large stam pool is really important with this build. And then we have Hardened Ward, just for that shield when we're in overload. I was playing this SORC a lot with my overload bar as an offensive bar, and then one day I tried it with a defensive bar, and it works a lot better as a defensive bar, in my opinion, as an offensive bar, because the simple fact is, if you're shooting overload at players, they're going to target you, so you need to have that survivability while you're in overload. Then we have Boundless Storm and Streak. Now I use these in a combo for mobility. I'll basically streak and then hit Boundless Storm for that Mage Expedition. And basically when the Mage Expeditions run out, I have my streaks off cooldown and I can streak. You can get away very quickly with these two abilities, and buy yourself some time in a fight, which is basically how I use this build. I'll streak, get some distance between me and my enemy, and then I'll pick something, a tree or building or anything that I know I can use as line of sight against them, and basically I'll lay my mines down, and I'll line of sight around this building, keeping sustained pressure on them with Crushing Shock and some other abilities, and basically just biding myself some time, wearing them down, and when I think I have got them low on resources, that's when I proc my Moloch-Kenner, proc my Alchemist, and basically go in for the kill. Now this works in a 1vx situation as well. You keep line of sighting. When you think you've got one of them low, you single target them down, and then you go back into defense mode. And that's where the burst damage in this build works really well, because you're playing very defensively and then offensively for a short period. So real quickly I'll show you. Buffed, we have 4993. It just, Moloch-Kenner just finished proccing. So 4993 weapon damage, spell damage, sorry, is crazy. That's just unreal. So just let me finish killing these ads so they're out of the way. So you can kind of see from that, in brief way I described how this build works. It does take a lot of practice to time your burst and get it done. It's very tricky, especially getting Moloch Kenner procced and the Alchemist procced, and then managing to get that burst damage off in that 6-second window. But when you get it, it is super effective. Even just going into Overload and proccing your Kenner that way is effective against a low resource enemy. And I will quickly just touch on the CP, and then we're pretty much done. So CP, I'm running 75 in Magician. Now you might ask why I've got more Magician than I do Alchemist. This is a really low recovery build, so the percentage on the recovery is not going to be as high as what it normally would, so the numbers actually stack up better and reduce cost with this kind of build. So I'm running 75 into Magician, 52 into the Alchemist, and 40 into Tumbling, which gives us that reduced dodge roll cost and break free cost, so gives us a lot more survivability. Then I'm running 87 into Elemental Expert, 50 into Spell Erosion. I think Spell Pen is something that's kind of forgot about in this game a lot, but it is very important. And then I'm running 30 into Thermitage, running 26 into Thick Skin, Hardy, and Elemental Defender. These you can play around. You know, you might have 35 in Elemental Defender and 10 in Thick Skin or whatever. That's purely up to you and how you think you need your CP. And then we're running 89 into Bastion, which is going to buff our shields and give us that extra tankiness that we need. So that's our CP, guys, and that's pretty much how this build is used. And trust me, guys, I've used this build a lot and it is super effective. It does take a lot to get down packed, and manage those resources is the biggest thing, and it is hard. I had a lot of trouble managing it at the start, but once you kind of use Overload, Dark Conversion, and Elemental Drain, the combination of those three abilities, you can, and of course popping a potion, you can sustain this build quite well. And that's about it, guys, so thanks for watching. I will be bringing a PvE version of this build within the next couple days, and also in the near future I will be doing an Emperor video, just tips and tricks on how to get Emperor, and basically give you a feeling of what it is like to try and get Emperor and what it consists of getting Emperor. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So like the video, leave comments. If you'd like to see any builds, please let me know. I will slowly be working through the requests that I've already got. I'll be trying to do about 3 videos a week, 2 to 3 videos a week, so I'll keep them coming, guys, and you keep watching them. Cheers, guys.